I just want to share a special memory with you, if I may. I will always remember that day, just like it was yesterday. What a day that was when I met that man. It was the day my life changed forever. You see, I had to go to the well to fetch water. Oh, how I hated going to the well. And I had to go in the noonday sun. But I needed water, and the town only had one well. I had no choice, I had to go. It was always so hot when I had to go, because I had to go at noonday sun, when the sun was at its highest, rather in the morning than when all the other women went, when it was so much cooler. Although noonday was the hottest time, it was also the quietest. There was never anyone around. I wouldn't be bothered. Somehow, though, I knew this day would be exactly the same. Blistering, hot sun. I thought to myself, maybe once, just this once, I could be normal like everyone else. I could beat the heat of the noonday sun and sneak in among the other women unnoticed. Surely, no one would notice if I sneaked in among the other women. I should have stayed home thirsty that day. Like I said, I hated going to the well for water. The women, it was so horrible to me. They hated me. They would whisper to one another about me. They even told their children to stay away from me. They told them not to talk to me because I was unworthy. Would you believe it? I heard them call me an immoral woman, notorious even. I just don't fit in. No one will talk to me. They call me names because I've been married so many times. And the man I'm living with now, I'm not married to either. I can feel their disdain when they look at me. It doesn't seem that long ago when we were children ourselves. We were all friends. We used to run around this well and play and help our mothers gather water, smiling, laughing, living and having fun. Oh, I remember those days when we were children. But that's all changed. My mother was, and my father, well, it doesn't matter now anyway. They're long gone. I've had to take care of myself for a long time now. I did what I could, right or wrong. All these years thirsting for a better life. But now, this was my life. Barely allowed the chance to drink a cup of cool water. Certainly not allowed to drink it with any dignity, that's for sure. Ah, but that one day, that particular day, my life changed forever. It was another blistering hot day when I arrived at the well. I was alone, of course, once again. But then he came. This man. He was alone. He walked to the well, wiped his brow, and sat down on the well, not far away from me. I was so surprised, and I thought about turning back and taking the long walk back home in a hurry. But I was so thirsty. At first I felt afraid. I had long learned to fear men, especially strange men like this one, who certainly didn't seem to belong here in Samaria, that's for sure. He was so obviously a Jew. And let's face it, Jews did not like Samaritans, and especially not women. So why was he here in Samaria sitting at the well? I don't know why. But you know, something inside me told me not to fear this man. I approached the well hesitantly. I think I thought if I moved slowly, he might not see me. That was such a stupid idea. But just as I was lowering my jar down the well, he turned to me and he smiled. He actually smiled at me. No one had smiled at me in a long, long time. I don't think I smiled back. I don't think I remembered how. I just don't think I knew how to smile anymore. I just continued with my task, moving as quickly as I could. Oh, this man was beginning to unsettle me. But suddenly he spoke to me. He asked me for a drink of water. Well, I almost dropped my jaw. No one ever spoke to me, especially not in public anyway, and especially not a Jew, not unless they wanted something from me. I explained to him, I'm a Samaritan and a woman like that. I had to remind him that he was a Jew, and Jews don't speak to Samaritans, especially not women. He smiled again as though he was fully aware of what I just said. And then he went and offered me this living water. Living water? What was he talking about? I thought to myself, this man is crazy. He said if he gave me this living water, I would never thirst again. Well, that certainly sounded good to me. So I asked him for this living water, because it meant I wouldn't have to come to this horrible well again. But then he said a most amazing thing. Remember, he hardly knew me. He said, go call your husband and come back. Well, when he said that, I just knew. I knew. He knew me. He knew that I had no husband, that I'd had many men in my life. Suddenly I felt so much shame. The shame of a noonday walk to the well. I tried to hide it while standing right in front of him, but I couldn't. My life seemed an open book to this man. But his eyes, when he looked at me, it was as though he spoke into the very depths of my soul. Not to guilt trip or condemn me, but to tell me he sees me, he knows me, and yet he was still willing to be seen here with me, in public, sitting together under this hot noonday sun. And then he told me the most amazing truth. You know, for ages, we Samaritans have waited for God's chosen one, the Messiah, the one they call the Christ. He asked me if I believed in that promise, and I told him yes, with all my heart. Then he smiled again and leaned a little closer to me and he said, I who speak to you am he. Oh my goodness. His friends came back just then, and they weren't too pleased that he was talking to me, a woman and a Samaritan at that. But there was no doubt in my mind. There he was, the Messiah, standing right there in front of me, talking to me, loving me. Well, I just couldn't contain myself. I was so excited I ran back to town as fast as I could. I even forgot my water jar. I ran into the village to tell everyone about this man that I'd met. Tell them that I'd met the Messiah. I told them my story, and for the first time they listened to me. They listened. I was so shocked because they believed me. That encounter changed me completely. I started believing in myself. I wasn't unworthy. I wasn't unloved anymore. Christ, the Savior of the world, showed me that. I was no longer notorious, but glorious in His sight. Oh, how my life changed that day. Now I go to the well in the hot noonday sun, hoping to find others who feel the same as I did, so that I can tell them about this wonderful man that I met, the Messiah.